Join the team.
Hey team, this is the McGuire Review, and we are going to take a look at some of the cool stuff that we can get for Gen Con. I am gearing up for Gen Con 2019, and every year before Gen Con, I like to get my Gen Con gear, and I get that from Offworld. And I got 4 different products here I want to show you guys that I just recently purchased. And again, every year there's a certain set of things that I like to kind of get for that year at Gen Con 2019. And I think they had some pretty cool stuff this year. So let's start off with their pins. So this is the brand new 2019 Gen Con pin from Offworld Designs. And they've done this pin, I believe, I want to say since 2015, either 2015 or 2016. I have to check my set. And this is the 2019 one here. It's a pretty awesome pin. We're going to do an overhead. Bear will load up the overhead here in a minute once we got everything out. And you can take a look at all 4 of the things that I picked up this year. But the pin is pretty awesome. It's got just your tribal dragon, and they went with the blue and the white coloring this year, which I thought was pretty cool. And your classic Gen Con logo there with the year. So it's nice they put the year on there. That's neat. And then I did get the pint glass, which I do drink all of my adult beverages out of. These Gen Con pint glasses, I get one of these every year. I think this is another nice little thing. And these come at pretty low price point. The pin, I believe, is $10. And pretty much anywhere in the industry today, you're going to pay $8 to $12 for a nice, solid, cut painted pin. This does have the double little connector, like a double holder there on the back. So I think the $10 price point on these pins is fair. This is either $10 or $12. I can't remember for some reason, but it's either $10 or $12. Regardless, it comes at actually a really good value. This is one of the things that I think from a Gen Con logo type item you can get is probably one of the lowest price point items, something that you're going to get a lot of use out of as well. The pins are cool, but for me it's more of a collectible type of thing, and I do save them. I want to just keep collecting them over the years. The cups, I do get a cup every year, but I use these all the time. I'm constantly using these every day, all the ones that I have. So, again, it's got the tribal dragon on it there, the Gen Con, and it's got the year. They went with a very simple design this year. Last year was a little bit more intricate. If you remember, 2018 cup was kind of like red print. This was done in just like a flat sort of matte black. And I do think it looks really good. I actually thought it was going to come in like a blue color. But when it arrived, it's obviously in a black print, and I do like the flat black matte color that they went with. I think it looks really good. So there's the cup. I got the 2019 Gen Con t-shirt. One thing that is kind of cool about what Offworld's doing now is they have actually, if you go to their site, they have a lot of different type of like board gaming type shirts that sort of showed up this year that are branded Gen Con. And this is this is the standard annual Gen Con shirt, which, is the one that I wanted. I wanted to have the actual official kind of annual shirt. Again, it's the same symbol you'll find on the cup and the pin here, the standard symbol. I like what they went with, sort of the circular look this year, a little bit different. The last few years it's been kind of a the dragon and the various different colors, and kind of the circular look I thought was pretty cool. And I like that they did the year in kind of that blue that matches the dragon. Then you got a nice big Gen Con, kind of the traditional standard logo right down here. So pretty awesome shirt. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll say that it is maybe a different brand than it has been in the past. I don't remember it being this next level apparel last year. And it is 100% cotton, but it feels a little lighter. I think, I might be wrong, but it feels a little lighter than prior versions of these shirts. I would still say it's pretty good, high quality from what I can see, but it definitely has a little bit of a stretchier, sort of lighter feel to it. So I think this is going to be a really nice, like well-fitted shirt here. So that's the 2019 Gen Con Offworld shirt. And then, and I kind of splurged here, normally I wouldn't do this, But I did because I really liked the hoodie that they had out there for this year. And it's, you can see it's a two-tone. I like that. I like the fact that it had sort of that athletic look where the sleeves is a different color than the torso. So it's got the two-tone look. It's got some nice, stitching right across here where the fabrics come together that matches the gray. I like the color of the gray. It's kind of a charcoal, darker gray. So you can see it kind of has the light gray with the darker gray kind of speckled in, which I thought was a really, nicer kind of designer type look. And then it's got the dragon, more the traditional that we've seen on the t-shirts the last few years, the dragon outline here, the tribal dragon, and then the nice big classic Gen Con logo right there in the middle. I just thought, the logo was good size. It wasn't like the whole entire thing. I think that kind of gets obnoxious when it's so big. So I think that this actually looks really good. It's really sized well on this. The other thing I really liked was it has nothing on the back. The back is just plain. I'm personally not a big fan when they put the big symbol on the back. Kind of feel like a walking sign. I don't know. If they want to put like some text right here, like, Indianapolis 2019 Gen Con, that would have been fine. It's when they get into big logos on the back I'm not a big fan of. So I really liked this one because it had a plain, back, and it's got an awesome front. And I will say the fit on this, I'm a large. The fit on this is absolutely perfect. I was a little bit worried about that sometimes. These types of items, you generally, if you're a large in a t-shirt, it's pretty much going to fit most every time. T-shirts are pretty standard sizes. But when you get into these hoodies and things like this, sometimes they can show up and they can be like overly big, and then you put them in the wash and the dryer, and then they shrink up too small, and then it's like, because these are a little bit pricier. This one did come at $50 for this year, which I feel like is a fair price for the once it showed up here. I feel like it's a really fair price for the quality and the fit of this. I'm really happy with it. And I think, these kind of things last for a long time. I mean, you get a lot of use out of hoodies. They're thicker material. They just seem to last for a long time. All right, price point on the t-shirts, I don't think I mentioned that, was $30 this year. So I will say that they have slightly increased their prices, and I don't know if that was because they switched to a different carrier who makes the shirt. Maybe it's a little bit higher quality. But the pricing is a little bit higher. I think last year it was $28. I think the year before that it might have been $26 or $24. It seems to kind of be going up by about $2 every year and has been for a little while. So this will come at the $30 price point for the t-shirt. The hoodie was $50. The glass, I believe, was $10. It may have been $12, so don't quote me on that. You can go to the website and check it out. It's either $10 or $12. I probably should have looked before I made this. And then the pin was $10. So that's kind of my Gen Con clothing relic haul for 2019. Now, like I said, I always like to pick something up, and I just find it easier to just go ahead and get it before you get there. All of this stuff they'll sell right at Gen Con. There'll be multiple Offworld booths, and I generally don't see them hardly ever running out of merchandise, which is amazing. You can show up on Sunday and they still have pretty much everything. They may not have like absolutely every size, but they do a good job keeping everything in stock, and there are booths all over the place to pick this stuff up. So if you don't want to order it online, you don't want to pay the shipping, which actually if you're over $100, I think the shipping's for free. But if you're under $100 and you don't want to pay the shipping, then you can just get it at Gen Con and don't worry about it. Usually I'm only getting these 3 items right here. I usually do not kind of splurge and go for the higher price item, and I probably won't for quite a few years. I'm very happy with this. But these 3 items I do get every single year, and I go ahead and I pay the shipping, and the reason is because the shipping's not that expensive, and it just, you've already got it. You don't have to worry about not being able to get your size. You don't have to. You can wear it there. It's already washed, ready to go. Fits how you want it to fit. You already have everything, and you don't have to worry about not getting it, or you don't have to worry about carrying it around. A lot of people travel to Gen Con. Even if you're local, you're there at the con. You got to buy the stuff. You got to put it in your bag. You got to carry it around. So I just find it easier. Just get these types of things beforehand. You never have to worry about it getting sold out. You always get what you want. All right. Okay, so this has been Offworld Designs, their new Gen Con 2019 Loot Team, go get you some if you're going to Gen Con, and if you're not, maybe get you some anyway just to have some cool Gen Con loot. So hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team. Keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time, Bear. Let's roll.